change with no hope in sight. Had an overhaul twice, now thought maybe they would have seen the light. Now they just bow to the Krakens, tridents in hand, they bow to the spenders. They don't know what they're doing, might as well call those guys game enders. Scobly doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Scobly doesn't care, like a horse sleeping around. Scobly doesn't listen, like an old fart in a home. Scobly doesn't see, like they have their ears filled with foam.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Viscera video. So today we're talking about the new raids, right? The new raids. So they promised us these new Omega raids that we were supposed to be looking forward to. They were going to be the new big thing, right? So here we're looking at difficulty 10. Difficulty 10, yes, that's what I'm talking about. The last difficulty that you can do. So this difficulty gives pretty good rewards, right? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at pretty good rewards. 312k gold per person, 4,000 gear 20, crimson 20 orbs, right? Some good stuff. Because I mean, let's just face it. If you are doing 100% every day on the Omega raids at difficulty 10 and you have all the teams unlocked and that is what your alliance is doing, you know what, just turn this off right now and go back to opening your wallet and spending all you can for Scopely, because that's basically what you're doing. And either that or you're driving your players around or away and you're having to recycle players every couple weeks, maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe every few days you're losing new people and you're meeting new people. I mean, it's kind of cool because you get to meet new people, but still, we have a lot of our players have been playing with us for 3 to 6 years in our alliance, some even the whole time, the whole 7. So if that's what you want to do is spend money and just log in, spend $1,000, do your stuff and log out, then by all means, you know, that's your prerogative. I have no problem with that. But if you are not 100%ing every day, the top raid that we have going right now, listen to me here, okay? Because this is important. So the new raids launched today. We get these sigils, which you do get quite a few of those, and that is a benefit. Remember this number, 312,000 gold. We still get the 5 T4s. Thank you. 9 of these basics. Whatever. Teal gear. Again, whatever. I mean, we're at the end anyways. We don't really need the teal gear, but it's cool. Like, it's there. Same thing with the crimson, the raid orbs, and the 19s. The 20 is where it's at. And the 20, we're getting 4,080 shards at the completion. Okay? So you guys might know that I do have multiple accounts. So let's dive into that here. So we're going to go look and see exactly what we get per node on the old raid, right? So per node, if we're going at difficulty 9, right? Not 10, 9. And we go all the way through because we have all the teams. We're getting 12. Well, let's skip that 12 million for now. We're getting 430 of the Crimson Armory Orbs, and we're getting 36k gold. So what does that equivalent to? Well, you know, I just got this thing called a calculator. So the gold in 9 raid nodes that we get, right, per time, 9 raid nodes, that's 324,000 gold per raid. What was that we get for this payout again? Oh yeah, 312,000. So we get 12k gold less. All right, cool. Well, I mean, they must make it up in the armory or the gear 20 orbs. Well, you would think so, except for it's 430, right? And to make up, I'm saying we're going to get a large excess, right? So 430 times the 9 nodes that we do, 3,870. That's less than 200 shards of Gear 20 orbs that we are going to be getting per day. That's different, right? 3,870 to 4,030. Is that what they said? 4,030. Let's just pull it up on the screen together so you can see. So here we go again. 4,080 to 3,870. Is that a big difference? I don't think so. I don't think so. In 10 days, you get one extra orb if you want to look at it that way. That's fine. That's fine. So let's look at some other things. So we see that the sigils are more, but I mean, it's going to change per event, right? We're able to find those things, but that's fine. The sigils are going to get more. But that's where that comes from. Now let's look at some other stuff, right? So we want to see what the difference is between, I don't know, maybe the raid season points, because that might make a difference, because that's where we're getting the shards for the next character, right? The Thor character. Well, if we do difficulty 10, right, in the Omega Red, as you can see, here's Omega, and I have this at difficulty 10 down here. 8 million per node, right? 8 million per node and 250. 8 million per node is what we're getting. And our old raids, what we're getting per node, 12 million nodes. You're like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's going to make it up in numbers, right? Well, that's where you're wrong, because in the old raid, there were 8 people per raid at 9 times 9 nodes per raid lane, correct? Times 3 strike teams. Times the 12 million that you get per one of those nodes equals 2,592,000,000. Now, we look at the new raids, okay? We only have, because we have reduced here, we only have 48 nodes per one of these strike teams, okay? Because there's 6 lanes. It's dropped down a little bit different. But anyways, it's 48 nodes. Just take my word for it. 48 nodes times 3 strike teams times 8 million that we're getting per 1,152,000. That's for raid season points. So that's not even a difference. So we're getting half as many raid season points. We're getting 12K less gold. And this is if you're doing the top raid. Keep that in mind too, because you don't get to manipulate where you go. So remember those quotes where they're saying play with your friends, any TCP come along. Well, if you do the top difficulty, they have to have ISO 3.3. They have to have that gear in order to qualify for the nodes. They have to have the actual team, the whole team. You can't go in with and use Null and Night Stalkers instead because you're doing Mystic. You can't do any of that stuff, right? You have to have the whole team. You have to have them all at 3.3, and you have to do every node, right, in order to get that 100%, or maybe even the 85, in order to get the required, thing that they want you to get to make it even somewhat break even, right? It's different. Somewhat break even. And then the raid season points are half that. We get half the raid season points. But that's not even the biggest problem. Remember when I said there's only 48 nodes in the new raid versus everybody had 9 nodes in the old one? Well, take a look at this thing. You remember these, right? These are the milestones we do. Let's look at them. Well, this one right here has scoring. Oh, look, battle and raid with Mystic. What if your Alliance lane partner takes the Mystic nodes? Guess what? You can't drop the difficulty down and use anything. You have to use the team they're giving you, and you have to use them on those nodes because you can't drop difficulty, and if you go up, you don't get bonus. You get exactly what your team picks. So if your team says, okay, we're going to go easy, we're going to let everybody do Mystic, we're going to drop it down just to normal, guess what? Nobody gets any Crimson anything. The rewards are absolute shit. And if you do the highest, then people that can't do it can't get the Mystic stuff because they're shared lanes and they're taking all the nodes. So you're having infighting. They're creating infighting with these people. They said they want us to go play with our friends. They said they want to go play with our alliance mates, friends of any TCP can play together. Nope, they're going back on that now. They decided to go back on that right now. But, maybe that's the only one. Maybe that's the only one that does raids, right? Because, they couldn't do more than one. Login daily. Oh, shit. Play raid battle. Play raid battle again. I got to do it again. And if some fucker takes all your raid nodes every time, guess what? You're screwed. Right? Some tryhard gets on and takes all the raid nodes. You're screwed. It's a horrible idea. I don't know why they have to go reinvent the wheel. It was fine what it is. They want to try to do something to please the whales because they are getting 100% to difficulty 10 every day, and this is what they're going to be getting, right? They're going to be getting about 1,000 shards more every day. Yeah, and if you want to... And look, they get that whole 40k gold difference. I know you guys were saying it to me before. Oh, it's only 12k. Well, it's only 40k difference. And you're going to sit there yell at everybody to get all your nodes done so we can get 100%, because if one person fucks it up and it's 99.9, guess what? That's 85. And you're back here. Right? Versus just, if you play your own lane, you get your own resources. Who cares what the other person does? Chances are we're going to get over that 70% anyways, and we're going to be able to get the 5 T4s that they give us. So why do we need to worry about the other thing? I don't know why they had to do it. It doesn't make any sense. You're cutting into our raid milestones. You're cutting into our command center, because we have to, in our command center, we have to do raid nodes, right? That's here, right? This is the objectives, is do raids. I mean, you put them here, do raid battles, 8 out of 8 every day. If somebody takes your raid lanes and you can't do your 8, say that you have the same dude in Spotlight as you do in this Annihilation raid, where you're having to share and you only get, 2 people do these, 2 people do those. We have 8 people in a strike team. So you're going to have 2 fight for these 6 nodes, 2 fight for these 6 nodes, and 2 fight for these 6 nodes? Or how are you going to break up the other ones? It doesn't make any sense. We tried to do it for a day in one of our alliances. It's a complete sham. It's horrible. It makes people infight. It makes arguments. It makes it harder for leaders. It makes it so that people want to leave because they're not getting the nodes. It makes the alliances want to break up. It's ridiculous. Stop it. Don't reinvent the wheel. It was fine how it was. We don't understand what you're doing. Stop doing it. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the song. I'll talk to you later. Catch me sometime on stream. This is Viz telling it like it is. Peace.
Get out of the weed lounge, put down the roach. That's not the bugs to fix, you're not beyond reproach. Fix your damn game. Stop being lame. Scopely doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Scopely doesn't care, like a horse sleeping around. Scopely doesn't listen, like a question